Mark Twain, aka Samuel Langhorne Clemens, American author who inspired a large portion of tolerance in America today, though this is not a biography on him. This is a tale of the struggles of a young Samuel Clemens and his struggles with child labor. In the January of 1839, John Clemens, a man who went to a new city in Florida named Hannibal, looking for a new job to set his place in a relatively new America. The thought of a better life strained his heart and gave him hope for his future. Many years passed, and John made a small amount of money to maintain him and his son Samuel. As his son grew up, John grew ill, struggling to maintain his own health day in and day out worsened, and on November 30th, 1847, as John wished his son a happy birthday, as he laid in pain, coughing, breathing fast, with sharp pain in his chest, he died, thus leaving his son alone to fend for himself. After returning home from his day of schooling, Samuel walked in to see his father, cold, lifeless, and unmoving. From then on, Samuel had to live his life on his own, trying to make his life better for himself. In his search for a new life, he applied to Hannibal Courier. It was a printing company in the small town. Bad choice for the young man to make. The seemingly nice manager took a turn for the cruel side, while making the pay for working at his place only a meager food ration instead of real money. Samuel had a sense of caution from the very first day. Working in a factory-style printing company, he had unsanitary and unsafe environments. From the get-go, the young man knew that what was happening, especially when other kids got pulled outside. He had a feeling for what was happening to them. Clemens made sure to keep a good record and show up every day on time and ready to work. For a man who would only provide him with a small food ration, and he did it anyways, just to maintain his own life. Until one fateful morning, when Samuel came to work, ready to go, ready to make his meager food ration, when the manager starts chewing out a young girl next to him. Now, usually Samuel would be okay with this as it happens daily, until the manager says, "Okay, we're going outside." This is where Clemens steps in and takes the blame. Now, the manager says to Clemens, "You are in a world of hurt," and calls his goons to take him outside. They held him down as the manager came out of the corner with a wooden spoon in one hand and a whip in the holster on his right. Clemens prepared for the worst. He took the spoon and struck him on the wrist. "1. You've been naughty, and naughty children need to be punished." The manager squeals. Bam! He struck him on the other wrist, smacking away at his wrist and stomach. Clemens could feel his food ration coming up. This wasn't good. Then they proceeded to take Clemens' clothes off, just his shirt, and they turned him over, held him down to a crate. 1. The man could be heard for miles with how loud he yelled. 2. He could feel himself fading in and out of reality, his blood all over the floor. 3. The gashes on his back started expanding, and he started feeling the true pain that he was experiencing. 5. His pain was over for now, but Samuel knew what he had to do from this day forward. After this incident, the young Samuel had decided that enough was enough, so he saved up enough from his meager paying job of food rations, selling them to make money, and he searched for a new job. He got a job at Hannibal Western Union, a little-known newspaper owned by his own brother. He worked there printing and writing and helping out in general. And this is where he started his knack for writing, which changed America for the better. Now, you might be thinking, what could he have written? He wrote Tom Sawyer, which reflected on his own views of child labor and how it works. So the moral of this is that child labor is wrong, and this struggle for freedom drove Mark Twain to become the person he was in that day. After getting his job at the Hannibal Western Union, the young Samuel had decided to write. From there, he started to write a lot, and he wrote some of the greatest works in American history. So his struggle for freedom with child labor drove him to become a better person. That is that.